Hey up Blues fans, how are we all doing? It's the first game of the season, man. The first day. I can't wait. It's like Christmas come early. I tell you what, man, my weekend's not complete until I've lost a tenner on Bet 365. So I'm ready to lose money and gamble aimlessly and never win. I've done it all last season and I'm ready to go again. Blues versus Reading, a sellout at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. I can't wait. But before we get on to that, did anyone watch the Barnsley Mansfield game last night? That game put the fear of God in me because it reminded me that games aren't played on paper. Newly promoted Mansfield go away to Barnsley, who I really had picked to do well, reach playoffs and probably lose to Bolton again. They opened up the season with one of the best goals I've ever seen Mansfield. Genuinely one of the best goals I've ever seen. Then a brilliant header. Barnsley got a deflection, but it was little more than a consolation. And, it's just a great reminder to go, you can walk out on the pitch and you can train for every scenario and you can have your plans. But when a team comes up and dogs you, it's just, Barnsley must be thinking, but we had a plan. We had a pre-season and we lost. And that's just football. That's how it could be for us today. So let's not laugh too early. It's a new league for us. There could be a slip up here and there. I can't see it not at a sellout at St Andrews. I'd love to go out and slap him, but last night was a great reminder in humility that, nothing is given in football. It's going to be a long old season. Barnsley's found that out the hard way. Mansfield be on cloud 9 at the minute, thinking, it's just dogging points, but with a little bit higher quality than it was last season for them in League 2. I've never been more confident as a Blues fan, so don't hear what I'm saying as pessimism. I couldn't be more optimistic. But that's not to say that we're gonna, piss the league. Don't get me wrong, I'd love the old, everyone's saying 100 points, 100 goals. I'd love that. I'd love the 104 points to break the record. But I'd take 80 points if it meant I'm still going up. Do you know what I mean? I don't necessarily care about points as long as we go up first or second. I wouldn't care if we come second as long as we went up, to be honest. I just don't want playoffs. I can't take it. But having said that, with the money we spent and the infrastructure around St Andrews, I think anything less than first would be an underachievement. We could go for the lineup. I think we all know what it's going to be. There's going to be some contentious areas. I think it's Bailey, Peacock, Farrell in goal. I think that's been decided. I've preferred him out the two from what I've saw, and I've saw very little of both of them really in the grand scheme of things. 4 games isn't a lot to really get to know a player. But Peacock Farrell, just for me, hasn't really put a foot wrong, so you can't take him out. That's a done deal. If Bielik is okay to play, it's Bielik and Sanderson at centre back. I'm sure everyone agrees with that. Sanderson's look like Maldini. Bielik looks like, looking like Bielik's a compliment in itself, isn't it? So we'll take that, the new Capitan. But if Bielik's injured, I'm equally happy with Christian Clara. I still don't know if it's Clara or Clara. Even the commentators say different. At left back, it's Cochrane. It has to be due to Buchanan's injury and just how good Cochrane's been. Which is a shame because, I loved Buchanan. He was one of my players of the season last season. Him, Stansfield, and when Bielik got moved to centre back, them 3 were the players. Right back, it's Laird. What more can you say? He's looked brilliant. However, saying that, I do still think we're in the market for a right back because you can't expect Laird to play 60 games. He can be a bit of a biscuit sometimes. So you'd want a backup right back, either someone with a bit older and experienced or another younger. But I think it generally helps to have a prospect from the academy in that position, like a third choice. Brandon Kaler, of course, obviously he can come in and play. I think it's left back, but he can alternate a little bit. But you don't want to put that pressure on a kid where he's in every week. Moving on to the midfield, I've seen that Fabrizio Romano put up that Stade Reims has had a bid accepted for Jordan James, but nothing's really come to fruition around that. I don't know anything about wages or price tag. So, weird there. I don't know if Jordan James is having a change of heart, and he was initially on the transfer list looking at offers, and now he's ready for the pre-season under Chris Davies. I've got to be honest, guys, I don't really know why you'd go to the French League if you're Jordan James. If you're going to go to the French League, you go to PSG. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think he's PSG quality, but it's a bit of a dead league anyway. I think the Championship actually ranks above the French league. I think it's English, Spanish, German, Italian Championship, French league, and then Eredivisie underneath that. So I'm not really sure why you'd want to go to the French league, if I'm honest. I don't really understand it. Maybe money, but I don't think there's. I suppose they play Champions League football, don't they? So that could be a pull. Champions League football's always a pull, isn't it? So there you go. Sung Ho Paik next to him. Some people are capping him as the greatest ever player to play in League One, which, you know, I think you could definitely make an argument for. I think there's definitely a case to be had for that. We'll see as the course of the season goes on. With how calm he is and how cool he is, I thought he was the more likely to go out of him and Jordan James, to be completely honest. I think we're actually quite lucky there's no big international tournaments on this year, because if, I say, the World Cup was coming up, I think we would have lost him. He would have wanted to play for South Korea in the World Cup. So I think that's actually fell in our favour. I think there's 100% chance that if we don't go up, he will leave. But I think we're very lucky to have kept him. And I might be speaking too soon. He may still leave. I can't really see it. Well, you know, we'll see what happens there. Just in front of them two, we've got Thor, the big man himself, who I love. He puts in the shift. He's quality in the ball. He's not what you expect when you look at him. You know, as a centre back, it's just such a long day having to deal with him and Alfie May. You imagine the amount of adaptation you've got to have in your game to deal with Alfie May, who's 5'8" and never stops running, to Thor, who's 6'3" and silky on the ball. It's just, it'd do my head in, man. It's just a long day for you, and it's gonna be a long season for some of them centre backs in League One. I guarantee you that. Out on the right wing, it's going to be Miyoshi. I don't think anyone's questioning that. He's had a wonderful pre-season. It would be nice again to have another right winger, just as a bit of option, because I feel like if Miyoshi goes, we've got Ramal Donovan obviously, but mind you, he never really gets injured, does he, Miyoshi? So he can play. He played a lot of games for us last season. I think he will continue to do so. He only ever come out, and then Ollie Burke went in, which is a guaranteed loss when he plays. Up front, the man himself, Alfie May. And then potentially Stansfield in a few weeks. No, I'm joking. I'm not mentioning Stansfield on this channel anymore. I promise. It's just more heartache for you. It's more heartache for me, and I can't bear it. I think it's a bit past overdue. I saw Exeter actually put up, it's 13 years ago since Jay Stansfield's dad passed away at the age of 31. That's insane. So rest in peace to Jay Stansfield's dad. And then on the left, we've got probably the most contentious area on the field. Some people are saying Dembele, some people are saying Hansen. I think it will be Dembele, but I'm more in favour of Hansen personally. Just for the first game, let's play it safe. Do you know what I mean? Let's. You know what? You can make an equal case for both of them. Where you're going to be playing against a low block, Dembele's going to get in behind, cause problems, possibly win you a pen. I fully get it. Hansen's more of the safe hand system player who will drive balls into the box, cut in, play the safe system style football. It really just depends. I suppose if he goes with Dembele, what you're kind of thinking is he wants a goal early and you don't want to be waiting around and leaving it too late, possibly giving them a chance to counter attack or snatch a win. He'll probably want to put the foot on the gas from the start. If he goes Hansen, then he's going to be looking for a well formulated game. Sort of like an armchair general sort of move from Chris Davies, that'd be. I'm more in favour of Hansen, but I'd fully understand the Dembele choice. It really depends what you want, and it's a good problem to have. All over the field, we've got a bit of depth now everywhere, where even if that first choice goes off and the next one comes in, you know, we haven't even talked the likes of Kesh Jensen, Tyler Roberts, George Hall, some of these people that we can bring off the bench, and you think, God, these are quality players. You know, and you're coming on against an already tired Reading team. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be great down there. I'm going to give you my score prediction. And I think a lot of you will think, Jesus, that's a bit optimistic. Genuinely, Genuinely, I think 3-0 Blues. I think we're going to turn heads this game. If you see Birmingham in their first game and you put 3 past Reading, I think that puts fear in some teams. I do think you've got to start off with that strong, put the fear into people thinking, Jesus Christ, you don't want to play there, especially not at St Andrews. You know, you get what you give them when you're away, but we win at home. That's the kind of place we want St Andrews to be. And I saw a couple of people making the prediction that we could go unbeaten at home this season. You know, Leeds done it, and I think another team done it as well. I think it is a possibility if we get these first few games out of the way and we just make it a fortress. So people actually, teams will come and they'll eventually start to play the occasion. Will they be the first team to beat Birmingham rather than the game? That's my prediction. That's my summary. I know it's only a short one. There'll be a post-game analysis out tomorrow that'll do when we're sat here crying. I can't believe it. Bailey and Sanders on the sheets. You can see it already. We've been Blues fans far too long. I can't believe Felix got a red card. Led's injured and Alfie May missed a penalty. You know it's going to happen. Oh God, I have to do this at the end. It's like an insurance policy. Do you know what I mean? So if anyone texts us and goes, "Oh, you thought you were going to win," I go, "No, watch the end of the video. Look, I knew this was going to happen." So when I joke around about how shit we're going to be, it's just my insurance policy in case the away fans come knocking. That's all it is. Alright guys, it's good to see you again, man. It always is. Like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate all the likes, the comments, and when you subscribe, man. It does mean a lot to me. It really, really does. And I enjoy talking to you in the comments. And hopefully see a few of you down the game. And if you do, I'll buy you a pint. Hey, take it easy. Hey, we got that new beer Moretti now, so I'll definitely buy you a pint. Take it easy, guys. See you soon, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Up the Blues. Come on!